Hello and welcome to another stack of packs from the 1992 5th anniversary Maxx Racing card series. Over here, we have our podium. The best cards that we find will go on there until there is only one remaining at the end. That will be our winner. And with that, let's dive right in. We'll talk about a little bit of history, the racers, and some values, and have a good time along the way. All right, so here, starting out, we got Dick Moroso. And that's the older series. I put one of the older series from a previous year into each of these 5th anniversary packs. Jeff Hammond, Andy Petrie, Pit Crew Champs from 1991, Crew Chief of the Year, very cool, and let's get his name out there, Tony Glover, Crew Chief of the Year, edged out Andy Petrie and Larry McReynolds after 2 rounds of balloting. Very cool. Oh, I love these double cards. Darrell Andrews and Todd Parrott. Danny Myers, Henry Benfield. Mike Thomas, Shorty Edwards. Dan Ford, Darrell Dunn. Abby Garwood, Mark Osborne. David Green. Joe Ruttman. Dave Marcis. Ed Ferry. Ed Barrier. All right, on to the next one. These packs, the trick seems to be is opening from the middle. They're a very sturdy foil. They don't really rip like some other ones. And we have the Die Hard 500. It's a cool race card. 1989, race number 17. And let's flip these around. Dave Fuge. Bill Elliott. Barry Dodson. David Ift. Leonard Wood. Clyde McLeod. Bill Engel. We got Glenn Bobo. We got Rockingham, race number 3. North Wilkesboro, race number 7. Charlotte, race 10. And the 1991 champion, Dale Earnhardt. Very cool. And this card in a PSA 10 is worth around $30 or so. So being both that, but more importantly, a Dale, we will put him into a sleeve. And of course, he's going to take our podium so far in this stack. And I think it'll be very hard to unseat. We got Jimmy Spencer. Terry Labonte. And we are on to the next pack now. Let's flip this around. Charlie Glotzbach from that 91 series. Atlanta, race number 29. Tommy Ellis. Mickey Gibbs. Jim Sauter. Jeff Green. Robert Presley. Memorable moments. 1991. Olds, Hamilton, Musgrave. Hamilton pulled ahead. Closest battles in recent history for 1991 Rookie of the Year. Honors between Ted Musgrave and Bobby Hamilton. Close race right there. Memorable moments from Talladega. Whoa. That's wild. Memorable moments, Sterling Martin at Bristol. Whoa, unbelievable. Eddie Pearson. Steve Bird. Talladega. Race number 17. Darlington. Race number 21. North Wilkesboro. Race number 25. And this one does have some value, given we have Dale Earnhardt, around $20 in a PSA 10. So we will tuck this in with our others. All right, and moving on to the next pack. And I'm curious to see if there's any special inserts in these. Maybe they put in an autograph or something. Even if not, I'm very impressed with the coloring and the layout. And this is one of the previous series cards from 1991. And we have Dale Earnhardt, the All-Pro card. Very nice. And it's cool, too, if you notice, they list, on at least this older series, his wife, Teresa, and kind of some other stats there. So I think it's really, really cool that, that they include that in there. So we'll put him into a sleeve and learn a little more. I'm just learning about this 1992 series, so I'm interested as well now to learn about the previous ones in 91 and see what we got. Rich Bickle. We got Phil Barkdahl. Peter Suspenzo. Shawna Robinson. Bill Venturini. Jeff Bodine. Phil Parsons. Ricky Rudd. Rick Mast. Butch Mock. And Len Wood. Chuck Ryder. Junior Johnson. Leo Jackson. And that brings us to our turn of the corner pack. We are on 5 of 9, the midway point. We've already had some really fun cards come out, so let's see what is ahead. Troy Martin, Fabricator from the All-Pro first team in that 91 series. Bobby Hillin Jr., Stanley Smith, Irv Herrer, Tom Kendall. I love the Mellow Yellow sponsorship. Eddie Dickerson, Robin Pemberton, Waddle Wilson, Dale Inman, AJ Foyt, owner, Doug Reichert, Tim Brewer, the All-Pro team, Charles Presley, Gary Brooks, Paul Andrews, Mike Hill, Devin Barbie, Ronnie Rivas, Norman Koshimzu and Jerry Schweitz. And on we go to our next pack. Oh, they're coming out. We got Michael Waltrip from Owensboro, Kentucky. And this is part of our 1988 set. Really good looking card. Let's put him into a sleeve. There we go. I still think that Dale's going to keep our podium up here, but it's great to see Michael. Memorable moments at Bristol. Eddie Pearson. Steve Bird. Talladega, race number 17. And that, of course, is Dale and Teresa Earnhardt. So this card's worth, from a collector's standpoint, you can see the back is a little off-centered there, a little more on that side than that. But I think around $40 or so in a PSA 10. I think the front is a little off-center as well. Most important, better than any value of any collector card, is the people that are on it. And very cool to see Dale and be able to pull a Dale card. And even though, historically people love Dale, everyone in the set is part of the racing culture and kind of what made it what it is, both then and leading into today. So while we may say, hey, this card or that card or blah, 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 it's really everybody that we get to celebrate as we look through. So very cool. And I like how this set too goes into everyone who's part of a team. Mechanics, machinists, and it's very cool. We got Poconos, the Pocono race, race number 13. Checklist number 3. Ned Jarrett, Winston Kelly, Beth Bruce, Mark Martin, All-Pro team, and Leo Jackson and Eddie Lanier, All-Pro team. And we have Jeff Burton. All right. A few packs left. I kind of like how they inserted this older card into every pack. It's kind of fun seeing what was there. The first CMS race, Charlotte Motor Speedway in 1960. Love it. We got Bob Johnson, Tim Brewer, Wayne Dalton, Troy Martin, Richmond, race number 2. And that is also Dale and Teresa Earnhardt. So this card, from a collector's standpoint, because we're talking about that as well, worth around $45 or so in a PSA 10. So we will tuck that into a sleeve and check it out a little more deeply later. And just think about that from a racing culture. Like, how many sports collectible card sets do you see wives, and some of them have families in them? I think that's a really cool element to I think the racing culture, and then even the card sets that are made about them. So interesting. I like it. We have race number 29, Atlanta. Tommy Ellis, Mickey Gibbs, Jim Sauter, Jeff Green, Robert Presley, memorable moments, and other memorable moments in Talladega. Wow, that one looks wild. And I'd like to think that if they made a card about it, that everything ended all right. Which actually, let me read that just to see. Yep. They'd walk away unhurt, just 22 laps from the finish. Very cool. Always like to see that. And it's fascinating too, the engineering, that a car can go through that with that speed, that momentum, that movement, and a driver come out pretty much okay. We got Buddy Parrott, crew chief. And let's see what cards. We got Gary Nelson, Dave Rezendes, Chuck Bone, Michael Waltrip, Pennzoil team there. We got Brett Bodine, Sterling Martin. Wow, we're hitting name after name here. Don Bierschwale, Cale Yarborough, Larry Hedrick, DK Ulrich, Richard Petty. Very cool. Worth around $40 in a PSA 10. And we could see some whitening on the corner right up there. But otherwise, a beautiful card. Really cool to see Richard Petty. Let's definitely put him into a sleeve. But does Richard Petty beat out Earnhardt? Not sure. He may not. Let's find out as we go. We got Dennis Conner and Robbie Loomis and Steve Lloyd. All right, that brings us to the last pack of the stack. And let's gently open it up. Richard Broom, crew chief from that 1991 set. We got Dale Jarrett. Bobby Dotter, Alan Kulwicki. And we're getting into cards I don't think we've seen before, so we may see some new ones. And here we go. We got a big one, Dale Earnhardt. Let's give him the horn and the flame. Really cool to see this. This is card number 3. And in a PSA 10 worth around a $110 or so. And so let's check out the front, see how it looks. The only driver ever to win Rookie of the Year honors and the Winston Cup Championship in back-to-back seasons. Dale captured his 5th Winston Cup title in 1991, becoming the only second 5-time champ in Winston Cup history. And that is an iconic photo for sure. So love to see a Dale card, and definitely a very nice history moment to kind of recall from the back of that. So there we go. Perfect. All right. Let's make that Dale our podium card right now. And we got Richard Jackson, Billy Hagan, Bob Bilby, Don Miller, Tim Morgan, Rick Hendrick. Memorable moments at the Winston Cup Championship. That's a cool car. A cool card and a cool car. The black number 3. 5th title of Dale Earnhardt's career. And the 4th for the Richard Childress Racing Team. I like that a lot. Elmo Langley. Chuck Romeo. Doyle Ford. And that is the last card of the stack. Let's take a look at who we've been lucky enough to find here today. So we have Dale Earnhardt right here. Phenomenal card. Another here. We got Richard Petty and some more Earnhardts in races. We got Michael Waltrip. Very cool card from an earlier set. And another Dale Earnhardt card from an earlier set. And then 2 of these up here. So I think very Dale dominated, as was racing. But we got Richard Petty in the mix as well as Michael Waltrip. I think a really good grouping. We got some family. We got some big race memories. So all in all, I think a really fun grouping. So there you have it. I hope you learned something. And I hope you had some fun too. And until next time.